Welcome to the Back to Life series at BTUFF. Join us as we go behind the scenes and check out some of the best hot rod fabrication in Bakersfield at H&S Body Works. Hey everybody, it is Billy with BTUFF and our Back to Life series with H&S Body Works. I'm here with Bud Bankston, and man, this has been one that we've been wanting to do for a while, and we're finally able to hook up and do it, and it's well worth the wait. This is a 1955 Bel-Air, and you had your hand in building a lot of this, and of course H&S Body Works painted it for you.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're gonna get into it because this thing is really neat. It's really special, and I'm telling you, man, this thing is near perfection.
I purchased this car in 1988 from a guy. It was in the newspaper, and he had purchased it out of a wrecking yard, taking it all apart. He actually bought a few parts here and there for it. He decided that he needed to move it on, so I bought it from him as a basket case, and been piddling on and off all these years. In spring of 2019, I finished the car and got it on the road.
Wow. You have to have love doing something like this, right? I mean, that's the thing, is like whoever had it before you maybe didn't have a passion for doing it, and to complete these jobs you almost have to have a compassion to do it.
Oh yes, I've always the 55 has always been dear to me. I had one in high school, sold it, and always regretted doing that, and here we are today. All right,
so let's do a walk around. Let's take a look at it. Man, I love these emblems right here, right? And these are hard to get, right? I mean, they can be really hard.
That is all it's not the original hood emblem. I mean, it is the original hood emblem, how it comes, but that's not the one that came on it in 1955. But that is a 55 Bel-Air.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's like the jetliner age, right? When we were getting into space and jetliners and stuff. Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah. How come they can't make cars this cool anymore? Isn't that crazy? Like, you know what I mean? There's such a personality to these cars that GM has.
Have so much character to them. They're a great car, and a lot of iron in these cars. I have Budnik 18-inch wheels all the way around it, and somewhat of a low-profile tire, 10-inch or about 11-inch tire on the back.
Yeah, a lot of meat back here.
Yeah, a lot of meat back there.
And you had to tub that out on the inside to make that fit?
This car has, I'm running a Ford 8-inch rear end that's been narrowed, and I've tubbed the body. I'm actually running a different suspension kit on the rear.
Yeah, you know, a lot of this trim can be hard to get too, right? I mean, when you talk about getting
all of the stainless around the windows is original.
Yeah,
it's all original stainless all the way down to here, and this right here is an aftermarket spear. So you had a spear on the front fender, all the way back to here in 55, and I never was real fond of those, so we welded those holes up and eliminated the stainless on the front fenders.
I like this setup. Talk about, I mean, this is nice, right? So what are we looking at here?
Well, this is a setup that I bought out of the Los Angeles area, where the radiator support assembly, radiator, and AC condenser comes in a kit, a bolt-in kit.
Pretty tight, right? The clearance is here.
Yes, they actually make the hood assembly to where the tolerances are so close on these when you put air conditioning in and move the radiator to the front.
Right.
And a V8 car in 55, the radiator was mounted behind the radiator support, and so it.
What kind of cubic inch do we have in this thing?
This is a what they call a 385 fast burn GM crate motor with a 425 hot cam kit. Yeah. Weighed the option of going with LS and decided that I wanted to keep it an old school 5.5.
Right.
And so I kept a small block Chevy.
The carbureted?
It's carbureted, yes.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's running a 670 Holly.
Of course, got the aftermarket suspension on it. But it's pretty interesting. It bolts right into the stock stuff, right?
That's correct. Yeah,
not too much modification.
Bolt right into the stock mounts, and I'm running a power steering gearbox. Yeah. I'm running. It's all leather interior. I took it to Tempe, Arizona, and had Ciadella Interiors do the complete interior work on it.
Man, that is something else. It smells so good in here too. dash work. That's aftermarket, right? Of course, the inside a little bit.
The odometer assembly is a aftermarket odometer assembly that you know, is made to look somewhat nostalgia like the one that came in 55. All the other trim on the dash except the radio is like it came OEM.
Yeah. Now, do you drive this much? No. Limited.
Well, I put it, like I say, I put it on the road in the spring of 19, and I have about 1,100 miles on it.
Whoa! Yeah, that's nice. Sound to it. Really?
Yeah, it's
you have two Flowmasters? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it has Flowmaster, yes.
Yeah, I saw.
It's 2.5 inch to the Flowmasters and then 3 inch out.
Right. I bet you get a lot of people looking at this thing when you drive it.
I do, and I get a lot of thumbs up.
I bet.
People are, you look at a 54 Chevy compared to a 55, GM made a major change in 55, and then when you look at a 58, GM made a major change from 57 to 58.
Okay.
So the Tri-Fis are some of the most popular cars, I would say, GM made.
Yeah. And it really squats in the back when you give it some gas.
It's
you really
strong.
feel it.
Yeah, it's strong. It runs good. I didn't build it to hot rod it. I just built it as a good cruiser.
Yeah.
And the Buicks and the Cadillacs, and this wasn't the big family car, but it was a nice car for it.
You know what's interesting? Like this era, it was all about traveling, right? You see it a lot in the trunk area, right? Where there's huge trunks in the back because they wanted you to put all your luggage back there and go on road trips.
Yeah.
Where now today, the cars are about commuting, right? So it's a little bit different, like, goal, I think, of the manufacturers.
Yeah, that's correct.
And they didn't care about fuel mileage back then. It was an afterthought.
That's right.
Yeah, that's clean.
Just like I say, Sidell, they did all the trim work in here, and it's all finished off in the trunk, and
It's all leather.
all leather.
Yeah.
Yes.
And behind here is what?
Behind that panel is the battery, and I have an electrical panel, and then I also have a six disc CD player back there. A 48 inch rear end that has been narrowed, and I'm running an aftermarket suspension setup that came with a
3-link?
Totally. No, it's a leaf spring.
Leaf spring, okay.
But it is a system that was built by a company called RB's, which is no longer in business, and it has a totally different leaf spring setup than the OEM, and allows you to tub it and run the bigger suspension, and also lowers the rear of the car. And but no, I did all the assembly work on it.
Yeah, that is something else, man. This thing, you could eat off this thing. This thing's so clean on the bottom end. Well, I'll tell you what, man, this is an amazing build. I can see why Dick wanted to come down here and check it out. It is, and I know for you, but I mean, this thing's a big part of your life, of course, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of memories in this. Bought this car when my kids were young, and so they grew up around it, and we had a lot of fun.
Your family has a good time with it?
Yes, we do have a good time. We hit the Chester Avenue cruises, and like I say, several car shows throughout the year, and no, it's been a lot of fun.
Very cool. I love the story. Anyway, there it is, a 1955 Bel-Air done up at H&S Body Works, and man, that's something to be proud of. Thanks for the interview.
Thank you.